Hello, it's Philip Taylor speaking from Richmond Green Chambers, and this morning I'm looking at a book from Spiramus, which is in a very interesting series on employment law rights. It's about TUPE, which, as you probably will recall, is the transfer of undertakings, protection of employment regulations, but we'll call it TUPE throughout. And this is the law and practice relating to the regulations, now in a third edition, written by Derbyshire and Stephen Hardy. And it's this book here. It's not a big book. There's the front, there's the side, and there's the spine. As I say, it's in a third edition. The book itself has a very short index at the back, which you can see there. And you've got fairly useful narrative. It starts off with, obviously it has chapter headings, TUPE in context, then employment rights in TUPE, pensions, insolvency, service provisions, and TUPE 2006, which is why this book has been written. You've also got a glossary of terms, which I think is very helpful. And you've got a few cases, not that many, but enough, I think. You do have some footnoting as well, which I think is helpful on the sides, but there's no paragraph numbering. I like these books from Spiramus because they are actually very useful in connection with what we're actually trying to do in practice. We've given it a review title, TUPE, Clarified and Explained, and it's been written by myself and my wife, Elizabeth. And we put it on the web, and it'll be in the journals. And this is really what we say. For practitioners, academics and assorted policymakers, including politicians, this is an invaluable work of reference on a wide-ranging and often controversial area of employment law, which of course also impacts on human resource practices. And in 1981, as you recall, TUPE sought to safeguard employees' rights following a change of ownership of a business in which they were employed. Before then, TUPE came into force in 1982 as such, but the position prior to that, under the then existing common law, was that following a change of ownership of a business, all existing contracts were automatically terminated, with employees being made redundant as a result, and you can see the implications in terms of policy that would have. However, even though they effected profound changes in the business landscape, in 1982 the regulations revealed a number of imperfections, so we've had some changes and we have the 2006 regulations now. Whether the 2006 regulations actually did clarify the former position remains debatable, which is why this new third edition has been published, and its major objective has been to clarify the 2006 regulations and place them in some historic and social context, which I think they succeed in doing. The new consultation rights are also well covered, I think, in this book, although the key issues remain the substance of the work itself. The book is also an excellent research resource in our view, with useful tables of cases, legislation, and I've shown you the index, and there is very useful footnoting. So to conclude, thank you to all concerned for writing this book. I think for the busy professional involved in this field, it's a clearly written volume, and it has both a practical and instructive approach, which must be considered very helpful for your professional library. Thank you to all concerned. Bye-bye.